Hello, Campaign Restore Hope. Thank you so much for all your help yesterday. I can't thank you enough. And watching everyone just go to their dorms and flyer after midnight gave me a feeling that I've only had once before in my life. It was junior year of high school. I ran away from school and I went on a march with dozens of college students who were trying to get to their university. But there was an Israeli checkpoint right between the city where everyone lives and the university. And as I was marching, I was looking around. I was the only high school student there, so I didn't know anyone. And I see this, 70, maybe 75-year-old woman marching with all these college students. And I think to myself, what the hell is this woman doing here? She's walking a little bit slower than everyone else, but she seemed determined. And so, not knowing anyone else in the march, I walked up to her and I was like, "Hello, how are you doing? Do you need water? Do you need help?" And I was like, "Aren't you tired? We've been walking for about half an hour now." And she says, "Yeah, I'm tired, but my soul is strong." And I saw dozens of strong souls yesterday and today because I know this week is super busy for all of you basically. We're at Stanford and this is midterms week. I know a lot of people who had papers, a lot of people who had quizzes, and yet you still came out, you still helped with this. And I don't think that me thanking you personally will allow you to understand just how significant what you did and what we are all doing together is. After yesterday, 3,000 people know more about the situation in the region and the violations of human rights than they ever did and probably ever would have without your help. You, you did that. And we're not talking about anybody, we're talking about Stanford students, people who will go out in the future and probably make a difference. But I don't even think that knowing that is enough for you to really understand the weight of what you did. I think the only way you will finally get that feeling, that satisfaction, the only time you will understand how important what you did was, is when you see Palestinian children and college students who can safely get to their high schools, who are getting an education, and who do not fear going outside in the morning and waiting for their school bus. Children who do not fear walking to school because they may be abused one way or another, even killed. The only way you will understand what you did is when you see hundreds of thousands of people who can finally get health care. And we're not talking about getting health care like the US type of health care. These are people who, even if it's a woman giving birth, or if it's a child who's broken their hand or needs a surgery, they still can't get to a hospital. And you will make that difference. You, with your work, have taken the whole region, the whole situation one step forward towards that more ideal place, that more perfect place where everyone feels safe, where people do not fear. And when that happens, and I'm certain it will happen, I'm certain that with people like you, situations this bad, human violations this severe, could not last. So thank you. Thank you for your work. And one day, when the Palestinian people are free, when everyone is free of the fear of violence, you can look back at these days and say, I did something about that. I wasn't silent. I helped change these people's lives. And I hope that when you get that feeling, you smile and you think about what you did. And I want to thank you again so, so much. So a few notes before I end this video. I sent out a fact sheet. I know it's long. I would recommend just watching maybe one of the clips at the beginning of the fact sheet and reading the last part, which is about dealing with difficult conversations. And thank you for your hard work yesterday, but the hard work is far from over. And I think just by you going out and speaking to more people about this, just by you being a dorm representative, you will be faced with difficult questions. And, they're going to be daunting, but don't despair because nobody moves forward until, a small number of people, a few people, decided to stand up for what they thought was right. And because they stood up, because they didn't fear to confront the status quo, a few more people stood up. And then a few thousand people stood up. And because those initial people decided to take that risk, millions of people stood up. And that's why many of us here, because millions of people decided to stand up for what they found was unjust. Thank you again. We're going to keep standing tall. The campaign is moving forward smoothly so far. We haven't had any trouble. Good luck, and good luck with midterms, and thank you again. Thank you.